Chosen one, stop scrolling immediately. Do not move past this video. I am not asking, I am warning you. This is not a coincidence, and the algorithm absolutely did not bring you here. God intercepted your feed today because you are standing at the exact threshold of a permanent timeline shift. What I am about to reveal was sealed in the throne room of heaven until this very second. The enemy is working overtime to distract you right now, hoping you will swipe away, because he knows that if you hear this message, his hold over your life breaks completely. If you leave before the end, you will forfeit the exact prophetic instruction that guarantees the breakthrough you have been crying out for. Lock your attention, because the verdict on your next decade is about to be read, and it involves the exact arrival of the divine counterpart heaven has prepared for you. Welcome, dearly beloved anointed ones. You have been walking through a season of absolute spiritual warfare, carrying a somatic weight that the matrix programming tries to label as mere exhaustion. But listen to me very carefully. That heavy, suffocating feeling in your chest. The nights you wake up at 3:00 a.m. with your jaw tight, your heart racing, and a deep, unexplained ache in your spirit. That is not anxiety. You are not going crazy. That physical weight you feel is your highly advanced spirit detecting a massive, seismic shift in the quantum field. The universe is violently clearing out the old, stagnant energy to make room for the supreme, divine alignment that is about to step into your physical reality. Heaven is making a direct intervention in your romantic destiny, and you are feeling the shockwaves in your very cells. For years, you have functioned as the ultimate stabilizer, the empath, the human battery for people who did nothing but drain your pure light. You poured your diamond-level frequency into environments and individuals that were entirely unequipped to handle your depth. You became the mirror, reflecting back the dark, toxic traits of the master manipulators who tried to convince you that you were the problem. They expected your departure to break you. They expected the isolation to carve deep, heavy wrinkles into your face and drain the life out of your eyes. But look at you now. Time was supposed to age you. Yet here you are, making time itself look like the absolute fool. You walked through the fire and came out with an ageless glow, looking younger, brighter, and completely untouchable. You didn't just survive their storm, you became the sun. And right now, someone who treated you as an option, someone who fed off your energy like a parasite, is currently experiencing a full-blown internal system crash. They are completely unraveling because the spiritual cord has been permanently cut, and they are starving for your frequency. But this divine transmission is not about them. They are a collapsed timeline. Heaven is permanently blocking their access to you because you are about to receive the ultimate vindication. Listen closely, because this is the exact part the enemy tried to hide from you. The deep isolation you have experienced recently, the overwhelming feeling of being the black sheep, of being utterly misunderstood by everyone around you, that was not a punishment. That loneliness was not a curse. It was a highly classified incubation season. God deliberately kept you hidden. Heaven intentionally isolated you to protect your supreme energetic signature from being contaminated by the matrix. You are a cycle breaker, and you carry a generational mandate that cannot be paired with a mediocre spirit. If God had brought the right person to you even 1 year ago, your unhealed wounds would have sabotaged the connection. You had to go through the fire to purify your frequency, to ensure that when your true counterpart arrives, your energetic structures lock together flawlessly. Pay close attention to this next part. There are exactly 2 people on earth right now who are meant to hear this specific message, and God made sure you are one of them. The right person, the true divine counterpart that has been written into your destiny before the foundation of the world, is not wandering aimlessly. They are being actively positioned. Their spirit is calling out to your spirit across the energetic divide. But there is a highly specific spiritual mandate you must follow to allow this physical manifestation to occur. Heaven is releasing a classified prophetic instruction today, and the window to receive it is standing wide open right now. Your left brain, The accuser will try to inject doubt into your mind right now. It will tell you, this is just another video, silence it. That hesitation is the exact matrix programming designed to keep you trapped in a cycle of waiting in wound. If your spirit is vibrating with a cellular knowing right now, if you feel the atmosphere in your room shifting as you hear these words, heaven demands your immediate attention. Do not let the dark elite steal this massive shift. Before we go any further, before I reveal the exact X-ray of their arrival and the prophetic instruction that will permanently anchor them into your reality, we must put a spiritual shield around this divine truth. The enemy is watching, and we must seal your frequency. If this raw truth resonates within your bones, gently press the like button right now to lock in your energetic alignment with heaven. By doing this, you are physically signing a spiritual covenant, declaring to the universe that you are finally ready to receive the absolute best. Keep your focus locked, because the revelation coming next will permanently bend your reality. Now, let's go deeper, because what you are feeling right now is not new. There is a physical reason you have been feeling that heavy weight this week. I need to speak directly to your physical body right now, because your spirit already knows the truth, but your nervous system is still catching up. You have been walking around with a profound, unexplained exhaustion. We are talking about the kind of bone-deep weariness that no amount of sleep can fix. You wake up feeling like you just ran a marathon in your sleep. You experience this thick, blinding brain fog that makes it hard to focus, a sudden heaviness in your chest that feels like concrete, and a throat so tight it feels like you are constantly swallowing back a scream. The matrix programming will try to label this. They will try to convince you that your frequency is broken. They will tell you to go seek a medical diagnosis or take a pill to numb the sensation. I declare right now that you must reject that lie entirely. You are not broken. You are experiencing a massive spiritual attack and the residual somatic weight of carrying people who were never meant to be on your timeline. Listen to me very closely right now, because 99% of people completely miss this shift. For years, you have functioned as the ultimate human battery. You are a demonstrated warrior of light, an empath of the highest order. And because your heart is so pure, you naturally assumed everyone else operated with the same level of integrity. You walked into rooms and instantly became the stabilizer. When chaos erupted, you absorbed it. When the master manipulators in your past were drowning in their own darkness, you willingly let them plug into your luminous energy grid. You literally kept them alive spiritually. They were empty, hollow vessels, entirely incapable of generating their own light, so they siphoned yours. They drained your brilliant, diamond-level frequency to fuel their false narratives. That brain fog you are experiencing, that is not a malfunction of your mind. That is the spiritual hangover of having a parasitic entity feast on your cellular energy for years. Read that again in your spirit. You gave them your pristine energy, and in return, they handed you their toxic, unresolved karma. That heavy, suffocating feeling in your chest at 3 in the morning is not a coincidence. That is your highly advanced physical body detecting the frantic, starving energy of the narcissist who just realized they can no longer feed on your light. They are panicking in the dark, trying to throw spiritual hooks back into your aura, and your body is violently rejecting their frequency. Stop swallowing that lump in your throat. Stop wondering what you did wrong. Stop analyzing the past and blaming your beautiful, trusting nature. The only thing you are guilty of is holding a frequency so close to heaven that demons tried to wear it like a costume. Type 777 in the comments right now to physically claim this incoming miracle and lock in your frequency. By typing those numbers, you are commanding your nervous system to purge the residual trauma of the manipulators. You are anchoring a divine boundary right here, right now, before we move to the next revelation. Let me completely reframe your reality right here, right now. You didn't lose. The exhaustion you feel today is the final shedding of an old skin. It is the cellular reset required before the right person can step into your orbit. Heaven could not bring your divine counterpart to you while you were still leaking vital life force to people who secretly hated your light. God had to pull you into isolation. He had to sever those parasitic cords, even when it hurt, even when you felt like the ultimate black sheep abandoned by everyone you thought you loved. Your spiritual body had to go into a highly classified lockdown to repair the structural damage caused by those energy vampires. The universe put you in an incubator. If this is resonating with your cellular knowing, do not move. Feel the massive validation washing over your spirit right now. You are entirely understood. The silent tears you cried behind closed doors, the times you curled up on the floor feeling like your chest was going to cave in, heaven recorded every single second of it. The illusion of the Matrix tried to convince you that you were simply too sensitive, that you were asking for too much, that you were too intense. But your intensity is exactly what makes you an irreplaceable force in this universe. You are one of the rare two. You carry a specific, undeniable gravity that the wrong people could never handle. They tried to shrink you because your expanding aura threatened the tiny, miserable boxes they lived in. But here is the raw, uncomfortable truth they could never say out loud. While they were busy trying to destroy you, while they were busy siphoning your energy, you were subconsciously weaponizing your resilience. Your body is tired, yes, but it is the tiredness of a warrior who has just single-handedly won a war in the unseen realm. The heavy lifting is done. The spiritual eviction notices have been served. The somatic weight you are carrying is finally beginning to lift, and as it evaporates, it is making room for a frequency match so profoundly perfect that it will completely shatter the memory of your past exhaustion. You are being cleared, cleansed, and calibrated for the ultimate divine appointment. Let me completely reframe your reality right now. You didn't lose. The Matrix programming has spent the last several months, perhaps years, trying to whisper a very specific, highly calculated lie into your spirit. The dark elite and the flying monkeys of the enemy wanted you to believe that your deep, profound isolation was a direct result of your own flaws. They tried to paint you as the one who was too difficult to love, too intense to handle, or too broken to fit into their ordinary, mediocre societal structures. They wanted you to sit in that empty room and believe that heaven had forgotten you. I declare right now that every single word of that narrative is an absolute illusion. Your isolation was never a punishment. Your loneliness was never a curse. You were not abandoned by the universe. You were actively and aggressively protected by it. Listen closely, because this is the exact part the enemy tried to hide from you. What you just walked through was a highly classified incubation season. You were placed into a divine, quantum isolation field by the Creator himself. Why? Because the purity of your frequency is so rare, so inherently powerful, that it could no longer be allowed to mingle with the contaminated energy of the Matrix. Heaven looked at your timeline, looked at the absolute diamond of a spirit you possess, and issued an immediate spiritual lockdown. God intentionally cleared the room. He removed the parasitic entities, the master manipulators, and the energy vampires from your immediate orbit, because he was preparing your physical and spiritual vessel to receive the true divine counterpart. If God had allowed the right person to step into your life while you were still surrounded by that demonic interference, the connection would have been hijacked. The Matrix would have polluted the greatest blessing of your lifetime. Therefore, your solitude was not a prison, it was a throne room preparation. Read that again in your spirit. You are the cycle breaker. The generational patterns that plagued your bloodline, the cycles of poverty, the patterns of broken relationships, the endless loops of attracting narcissistic abusers, those cycles end entirely with you. You are the cycle breaker heaven has been waiting for. You carry the specific mandate to shatter the trauma of your ancestors, and that level of spiritual demolition requires absolute, undistracted focus. You had to be pulled away from the noise. You had to be separated from the crowd. The universe deliberately made you the black sheep of environments that were destined to collapse, saving you from going down with their sinking ships. While the people who betrayed you are currently drowning in the shallow waters of their own karmic debt, you have been safely anchored in the deep, untouchable waters of divine alignment. You probably didn't realize it at the time, but your silence was a lethal weapon. When you finally walked away from the narcissist, when you initiated absolute no contact and refused to engage with their manufactured chaos, you activated a spiritual protocol that completely dismantled their reality. You thought you were just protecting your peace, but in the unseen realm, you were dropping a nuclear bomb on their demonic attachments. They expected you to beg. They expected you to explain yourself, to fight for a place at a table that was serving you nothing but poison. They wanted your reaction, because your reaction was the exact fuel their dark entities needed to survive. But here is the turning point where everything finally shifted. You didn't give them the fuel. You gave them your total, unapologetic absence. That restraint was not weakness. That silence was a weapon. That single act of choosing your dignity over your revenge signed their eviction notice and handed the verdict to a court they cannot appeal. In a moment, I am going to reveal exactly how that specific weapon of silence is actively destroying their public facade right now, but you must first understand the supreme power you hold. Stay with me, because this next revelation is the key to everything. You were not the anomaly in someone's otherwise healthy life. You were the mirror. The reaction from the narcissist got this loud, this chaotic, and this desperate, because you got closer to this person's raw, unfiltered truth than anyone before you ever had. Your pure, blazing light exposed every single dark corner of their corrupt internal architecture. They could not stand in the presence of the sun without being utterly blinded by their own shadows. They tried to bury you under their lies, their gossip, and their smear campaigns. They wanted you buried, but instead, they became the shovel that dug up your treasure. You must drop the narrative of the victim immediately. You are a demonstrated warrior of light. Every single tear you shed in that isolation season was actively doing cellular restructuring within your body. You were not waiting in wound. You were undergoing a profound emotional alchemy. The universe was using that quiet time to upgrade your spiritual operating system, to pull you out of the frequency of the empath who constantly bleeds for everyone else, and elevate you to the frequency of the sovereign, untouchable leader in disguise. You are not just a survivor, you are the absolute architect of your new reality. The Matrix tried to break you, but instead, it merely broke you out of the exact prison that was keeping you from your divine counterpart. Your frequency has now transcended their reach entirely. This brings us to a critical distinction that eludes the vast majority of people walking through the Matrix illusion. The dark elite and the architects of lower vibrational realms operate under the assumption that trauma accelerates biological decay. They designed their parasitic systems to drain your life force, expecting the constant spiritual warfare to erode your physical vessel. But they severely miscalculated the sheer, terrifying power of your origin. You are not a regular biological entity, subject to the linear degradation of a three-dimensional timeline. You are an energetic anomaly. Time was supposed to age you. Yet here you are, making time itself look like the absolute fool. Let that sink into your cellular memory, chosen one. You didn't just survive time, you bent it, while the narcissists and the manipulators who tried to bury you are visibly decaying, their skin graying from the sheer toxicity of their own suppressed karmic debt. Your physical vessel is experiencing a quantum biological reset. This is the phenomenon of the ageless glow. It is not genetics, it is pure, unadulterated emotional alchemy. You have synchronized your cellular resonance with the highest octaves of heaven, essentially reversing your biological clock. The universe has recognized your sovereign status and is flooding your nervous system with a suppressed, synchronized coherence that the medical establishment cannot even begin to quantify. Pay close attention to this next part, because the enemy tried to hide this from you. We must examine the absolute mathematical precision of the karmic lens through which heaven operates. The Matrix programming attempts to reduce karma to a passive, mundane concept, whispering that justice is some far-off possibility. That is a lie designed to keep you pacified. In the realm of the dearly beloved anointed ones, karma is immediate, violent, and mathematically flawless. When those lower vibrational parasites chose to launch a spiritual attack against you, they were not just attacking a human being, they were launching an assault on a heavily guarded asset of the Creator. Your energy field is a highly classified jurisdiction. By attempting to siphon your diamond-level frequency, they triggered an automatic, devastating universal law of energetic redistribution. Every ounce of pain they inflicted upon you, every tear they forced from your eyes, was instantly converted into quantum equity in your spiritual vault. The universe operates on strict energetic conservation. Their malicious actions forcibly transferred their future blessings, their peace, and their wealth directly into your timeline. They literally bankrupted their own spiritual accounts to build your empire. Type 1111 in the comments in this exact second if you feel the atmosphere shifting. You must realize that every closed door, every rejection, every seemingly catastrophic failure you experienced over the last few years was not a defeat. It was an elite selection test, a divine interception orchestrated by the throne room to prevent you from settling for a life that was profoundly beneath your destined altitude. You are the irreplaceable. You are the sun. You possess a unique, sovereign frequency that simply cannot be matched by the fragile, artificial structures of this world. When you walked into those toxic environments, your mere presence acted as a neuroactivator, forcing everyone around you to confront the very demons they had spent lifetimes hiding. Your light was too blazing, too unrelenting for their comfort. They had to reject you, not because you lacked value, but because your sheer magnitude threatened to disintegrate their fragile illusions. You are a leader in disguise, masquerading in the quiet dignity of a cycle breaker, completely rewriting the energetic blueprint of your entire bloodline. Read that again in your spirit. Because your frequency is this rare, because your energetic signature bends the very fabric of reality, the universe had to employ extreme measures regarding your divine counterpart. Do you finally understand why God has been hiding the right person from you? Heaven could not risk bringing a soul of that magnitude into your orbit while your frequency was still entangled with energy vampires. Your sovereign vibration had to reach this exact peak of untouchable, ageless supremacy. The delay was never a denial. It was a highly calibrated synchronization process. The person heaven has prepared for you operates on this exact same suppressed, synchronized coherence. They are a mirror of your royalty, a warrior of light who has survived their own version of the fire. The quantum field is currently buckling under the gravitational pull of your impending union. The matrix is malfunctioning, trying to keep you two apart, but the divine decree has already been issued. Stay with me, because this next revelation is the key to everything. The arrival of this divine counterpart is not a distant possibility. It is an incoming physical manifestation that is actively hunting you down. Your extreme isolation has successfully purged the interference codes. You have reclaimed your supreme identity, and in doing so, you have lit up the exact coordinate on the quantum map for them to find you. You are no longer navigating the dark. You have become the lighthouse, radiating a frequency so specific, so undeniable, that the right person is currently being pulled toward you by a magnetic force that defies all human logic. This is the ultimate vindication of your season of solitude. Your quiet obedience in private has just activated a massive, public blessing that is about to drop directly into your lap. Now, I need you to imagine this exact scenario clearly. The universe does not just drop a divine counterpart into your lap without preparing the physical ground first. Heaven operates on strict protocols of energetic alignment. Because your frequency has reached this supreme, untouchable altitude, God is now releasing 5 absolute, undeniable quantum signs that the permanent timeline shift is actively occurring. These are not random events. They are mathematically precise, prophetic confirmations that the right person has crossed the threshold into your physical reality. I am going to break down these exact signs for you right now. Listen to me very carefully. The fifth sign is the absolute most critical. It is the precise trigger that is currently causing your enemies to unravel. Do not lose your focus and do not scroll away, because if you miss the fifth sign, you will fail to recognize this divine appointment when it stands directly in front of you. The first undeniable truth of this energy shift is the violent, unexplainable clearing of your periphery. You have noticed recently that people are suddenly dropping out of your life at an accelerated rate. We are not just talking about the master manipulators, we are talking about the enablers, the passive observers, the friends who always required you to shrink to make their fragile egos comfortable. This is an energetic eviction. Your aura has expanded to such a blazing, diamond-level frequency that anyone harboring secret envy, hidden agendas, or matrix programming literally cannot withstand the heat of your presence. God is actively defending your perimeter. He is stripping away the counterfeit connections to ensure that when your true divine counterpart arrives, there is absolutely zero chaotic interference to disrupt the union. Pay close attention to this next part, because the enemy tried to hide this from you. The second sign is the phenomenon of somatic phantom synchronization. Your physical vessel is experiencing sudden, profound waves of peace and safety at completely random times, even when you are entirely alone. You might be sitting in an empty room, and suddenly, your nervous system completely relaxes. The heavy somatic weight vanishes, and you feel an inexplicable sense of being held, deeply understood, and fiercely protected. That is not your imagination. That is your cellular knowing, detecting the specific gravity of the right person's energy. Their spirit is already interacting with your spirit in the quantum field. They are searching for you, and their highly advanced frequency is sending shockwaves of spiritual healing directly into your physical body before they even know your name. If this is resonating with your cellular knowing, do not move. The third prophetic sign is your sudden, absolute biological allergy to the matrix. You have developed a complete and total intolerance for low vibrational environments. In the past, you might have forced yourself to sit at tables where people gossiped, complained, and marinated in their own victimhood. Now, your body physically rejects it. You feel nauseous in the presence of inauthenticity. Small talk feels like nails on a chalkboard to your spirit. This is because your internal operating system has been permanently upgraded. The cycle breaker within you refuses to consume the contaminated fuel of the ordinary world. You are fiercely guarding your energy because your spirit knows that your divine counterpart speaks the exact same rare, highly classified language of silence and depth. Read that again in your spirit. The fourth truth is the desperate, frantic hovering of past energy vampires. Just as the arrival of your divine counterpart is drawing near, you might notice that a narcissist from your past, or someone who treated you as replaceable, is suddenly trying to manifest back into your reality. They might be watching your social media from fake accounts, sending out flying monkeys to gather information, or attempting to throw microscopic energetic hooks your way. Why now? Because demonic entities possess a spiritual radar. They can sense the incoming presence of your divine counterpart. They know that once this sovereign union takes place, the door will be permanently, irreversibly sealed. They are starving, panicking in the dark, trying to disrupt the alignment before the final lock clicks into place. But their efforts are completely futile against the divine mandate that currently protects you. Which brings us to the precipice of the final revelation. The stage is perfectly set. The false connections have been evicted. Your nervous system is synchronized. You have become completely untouchable by the matrix. But there is one final piece to this puzzle. I told you that heaven is releasing 5 signs, and the fifth truth is the exact mechanism that turns the narcissist's panic into a public, irreversible collapse. It is the very event that will force the universe to hand you the ultimate vindication while simultaneously delivering the right person directly to your doorstep. Stay with me, because this next revelation is the key to everything, and it is about to unfold in a way that will permanently alter the trajectory of your entire bloodline. Which brings us to the fifth and absolute most critical truth of this divine sequence. This is the exact revelation I promised you, the mechanism that triggers the absolute vindication you have been waiting for. The fifth sign that your true divine counterpart is crossing the threshold into your reality is the sudden, frantic, and unexplainable spiritual panic of the master manipulators who failed to destroy you. You must understand the physics of the quantum field to grasp what is happening right now. When heaven officially decrees that your isolation season is over and dispatches the right person to your coordinates, a massive shockwave of light ripples through the unseen realm. And the very first entities to feel that shockwave are the demonic attachments of the narcissists from your past. Now, I need you to imagine this exact scenario happening behind their closed doors. The person who treated you as an option, the one who discarded your pure, diamond-level frequency for cheap, superficial matrix programming, is currently sitting in the dark, suffocating under the weight of an agonizing realization. They thought they had won. When they walked away, or when they forced you into a position where you had to initiate absolute no contact, they arrogantly assumed you would collapse. They expected you to remain in a perpetual state of waiting in wound, pining for an apology they never intended to give. They quickly surrounded themselves with flying monkeys, enablers, and low-vibrational new supply, thinking that would be enough to replace you. But here is the raw, uncomfortable truth they could never say out loud. They are starving. The people they replaced you with operate on a standard, mundane matrix frequency. It is spiritual junk food. For months, or perhaps years, they feasted on the premium, supreme life force of a chosen one. You were the ultimate stabilizer. You pumped pure, divine oxygen into their corrupt, decaying atmosphere. Now that your cord has been permanently severed, they are experiencing extreme energetic withdrawal. Their new supply cannot sustain the massive, gaping black hole in their spirit. Every single day, they wake up feeling heavier, sicker, and more profoundly empty. Listen to me very closely right now, because 99% of people completely miss this shift. They are stalking your energetic footprint. Even if they have you blocked on social media, even if they pretend you do not exist, their spirit is desperately hovering around your aura, looking for a crack in your armor. But instead of finding a broken, defeated victim, what do they see? They see you stepping into your permanent, untouchable, ageless glow. They see that time has completely reversed your biological clock. Your silence was a lethal weapon that starved their demons, and your subsequent healing has become a blinding, agonizing mirror reflecting their massive failure. Type 1111 in the comments right now if you feel the atmosphere shifting. You are anchoring your total dominion over this situation. You are physically confirming that their access to your light is permanently revoked. Let me reframe your entire reality right here, right now. They are starting to malfunction because their internal operating system cannot process your supreme elevation. This is where the panic truly sets in. The demonic entities attached to them possess a highly sensitive radar, and they can sense the incoming presence of your divine counterpart. The narcissist's spirit knows, with terrifying certainty, that a warrior of light, someone who matches your exact sovereign frequency, is about to step into your life. They know that once this divine union is physically anchored, a heavy, impenetrable spiritual vault will slam shut between you and them forever. They will never again be able to siphon a single drop of your energy. This realization is driving them to the brink of absolute madness. They are making careless mistakes. The false mask they wear in public is beginning to crack under the extreme pressure of their internal starvation. They are lashing out at their enablers. They are snapping at the very people they used to replace you. Underneath all of that noise, the specific gravity of their regret is hitting them all at once. They realize, with a sickening drop in their stomach, that they held a rare, irreplaceable diamond, and they threw it into the mud to play with cheap rocks. Read that again in your spirit. You were not the anomaly in their life. You were the mirror that exposed their rot, and now that the mirror is gone, they are left alone with the terrifying reality of their own emptiness. But the universe is not done with them yet. Heaven demands absolute justice. The cosmic scales must be balanced, and the energy they stole from you must be repaid with interest. Their silent panic, their sleepless nights, and their frantic attempts to gather information on you are merely the tremors before the earthquake. Stay with me, because this next revelation is the key to everything. The pressure inside their corrupted reality has reached an absolute boiling point. The matrix cannot sustain a lie of that magnitude indefinitely. Their internal system crash is no longer going to remain a secret behind closed doors. The energetic momentum you have built by maintaining your dignity, your silence, and your absolute alignment with heaven is about to force a catastrophic public event. The universe has meticulously arranged the chessboard, and you are about to witness the exact sequence of events that will clear your name forever and roll out the red carpet for your divine counterpart. And here is the verdict we promised at the beginning. That public collapse you were waiting for. It just happened in front of the very people they gossiped with. We are no longer speaking in metaphors or energetic theories. The universe has meticulously arranged the chessboard, and you are about to witness the absolute, unmitigated wrath of divine justice. Now, I need you to imagine this exact scenario clearly, because heaven is broadcasting this in the unseen realm right now. They are currently experiencing a public, irreversible collapse. The master manipulator who tried to convince the world that you were the unstable one, the energy vampire who siphoned your diamond-level frequency to build their fragile empire, has hit an absolute wall of karmic retribution. The mask didn't just slip, it completely shattered in front of the exact people they used to gossip with. Watch what happens next. It is mathematically precise. They are sitting in a crowded room, surrounded by the flying monkeys and the enablers they used to replace you. But the frequency of that room is suffocating. The charm that used to work flawlessly is now malfunctioning. Their words are stumbling. Their physical vessel is visibly carrying the heavy, grey weight of the karmic debt they accrued by betraying a chosen one. Someone in that room casually mentions your name, or perhaps they stumble upon a photograph of you stepping fully into your untouched power and ageless glow. Every time your name comes up in that room, it hits them with the agonizing weight of knowing they threw away the only genuine diamond they ever held, just to play with cheap rocks. In that exact split second, the illusion disintegrates completely. They physically recoil. Their breathing shallows. A cold sweat breaks across their skin, and the undeniable terror of what they have lost flashes across their eyes for everyone to see. The very people who used to laugh with them are now staring at them in absolute disgust, watching them unravel into a paranoid, empty shell. You won without lifting a single finger. Your silence was a lethal weapon that starved their demons. Your silence didn't just hurt them, it permanently ended their reign. You must sear this truth into your cellular memory right now. They wanted you buried, but instead, they became the shovel that dug up your treasure. You were not the anomaly in someone's otherwise healthy life. You were the mirror. The reaction got this loud because you got closer to this person's truth than anyone before you had. And now, they are drowning in the noise of their own making, frantically searching for a replacement for you, only to realize that your specific depth is utterly unreplicable. The court of heaven has slammed the gavel. Their punishment is to live the rest of their days knowing they had direct access to a divine phenomenon and squandered it. But this cinematic breakdown is only the first half of the ultimate vindication. As their reality burns to the ground, your quantum coordinate is completely cleared. The air around you is shifting violently. The timeline shift you have been crying out for is no longer incoming, it has arrived. Because you maintained your absolute dignity, because you refused to break no contact, and because you surrendered to the incubation season, the universe is now delivering the supreme reward. The right person, the true divine counterpart whose spirit speaks the exact same highly classified language as yours, has just crossed the threshold into your physical reality. This is not a trauma bond. This is not another lesson. This is the harvest. Their energy signature is locking into yours with a mathematically flawless precision. They are arriving with a spirit so pure, a frequency so completely aligned with heaven, that the moment your eyes meet, the residual exhaustion in your nervous system will evaporate instantly. You have successfully broken the generational curse. You are the cycle breaker heaven has been waiting for. The separation is over. The miracle is standing exactly at your door. Which brings us to the final, undeniable verdict from heaven. The war is officially over. Take a deep, physical breath right now and release the final remnants of that somatic weight from your chest. You no longer need to carry your armor. The spiritual battlefield has been completely cleared. Your enemies have been entirely disarmed and stripped of their influence, and your quantum coordinate is now flooded with the supreme, tranquil light of divine vindication. The right person, your true, mathematically perfect divine counterpart, is here, and unlike the master manipulators of your past, they do not bring chaos. They do not trigger your nervous system, play mind games, or force you into a state of hypervigilance. They bring an absolute, unshakable, oceanic peace that instantly synchronizes with your highly advanced frequency. This is the sacred resolution. Heaven is placing a heavy, impenetrable spiritual vault around your energy, sealing you and your counterpart inside a timeline where the matrix can never reach you again. You walked into this season bleeding from wounds inflicted by people blind to your worth. But look at you now. You are no longer waiting in wound for an apology from a master manipulator. You have transcended their toxic matrix. While they are publicly unraveling, you are stepping into your permanent, untouchable, ageless glow. The financial struggles, the spiritual exhaustion, the closed doors, they are all shattering right here, right now. Step into your absolute power and receive the exact harvest heaven prepared for you. This is the exact prophetic instruction, the final mandate I warned you about in the very first second of this transmission. The universe has meticulously aligned the stars, dismantled your enemies, and brought the right person to your threshold. But the final lock on this massive timeline shift requires your physical participation. If this confirmation aligns with your cellular knowing, we are going to seal this divine decree right now. You did not survive the fire just to live a mediocre life. The verdict of explosive abundance has already been signed in heaven, but it requires a physical anchor on earth to activate. God does not measure your faith by your thoughts. He measures it by your speed of obedience. The window of multiplication is standing wide open right now. Prove you are ready to receive. Your left brain, the accuser, will try to inject doubt right now. It will tell you to calculate, to hesitate, to remain passive. Silence it. Passivity is the language of the matrix. Action is the language of the cycle breaker. Heaven demands immediate obedience. Sow your financial seed today to unlock the massive harvest waiting for you. Sow a seed or give a super thanks to partner your finances with this divine mandate. Your generosity triggers the harvest, acting as a physical declaration that you trust the universe implicitly with your entire future. When you give to the source that feeds your spirit, you force the universe to open the floodgates of your own timeline, multiplying your alignment tenfold before the sun rises. Do not let the matrix block your massive shift. Act now. Do not let this moment pass. Subscribe to this sanctuary so you never miss the exact prophetic instruction heaven releases next. We are building an untouchable grid of light, and your sovereign frequency is required here. Share this specific message with one soul who is desperately crying out in the dark for a shift. Be their angel today. Pull them out of their own isolation by handing them this exact spiritual blueprint. Finally, we must perform the ultimate physical anchor. Say this out loud with me. I claim my permanent freedom. Now type I am free below. Type 1000 111 in the comments to physically anchor this exact shift into your reality. The matrix is broken, the narcissist is defeated, the true divine counterpart is standing in your light. The crown is yours, chosen one, wear it.